my God.
My God.
Oh my God.
Let's get into it.
Oh my God. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing, I'm doing okay. Doing okay.
Are you? Isn't it funny how we say everyone starts off with I'm great and then it just like falls
And then you
downhill
go,
from there. You're like, no, actually, no. Yeah. Actually, everything's shit.
Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night.
See,
so,
there it is. And then the real
yeah.
conversation begins. We should all stop doing the initial bullshit part.
Yeah,
Just cut to it.
totally. I didn't
Let's start
sleep well
again.
last night.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm actually a little tired.
Oh, I gotta go.
I didn't sleep
Tell me
super
why.
well last night. I just didn't sleep well. And then I think I also just have a lot of stress going on because I'm about to go on a trip with my entire family.
Where?
Las Vegas.
Why?
And so my brother's birthday. So yeah, this is like coming out of order with like recording schedule things. But we are going to Las Vegas for my brother's birthday with my entire family. There's a group of 10 of us. It will be so chaotic and so fun. I can't wait.
Wait, did you guys go away last year somewhere cold for the same thing and like maybe a wallet was lost or something? I feel like a psychic right now, but I'm going in backwards instead of forwards. Was there a wallet involved?
We didn't go anywhere for my brother's birthday last year. They went to Europe, my brother and his partner, and my dad met them over there.
Okay,
and
I'm thinking of another Marlowe family
You're
extravaganza.
thinking of, we went to Idaho for my birthday in February.
Yes, that's what it was.
My brother's partner, not a lost fault. I love how like you're just, like you're close. Like you knew
I'm like a
something
bad
tragic
psychic.
happened. You knew
in
something
reverse.
tragic happened on that
I
trip.
did. I sensed it.
My brother's partner, who I adore, like beyond, they've been together for like 8 years, fully family, the best, slipped on ice and like destroyed his face. It was so bad. It's shocking that he didn't knock his teeth out. We were walking through an alleyway after many cocktails and it was icy and he went straight down, busted his face. It was wild.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Let's hope no one busts their face on this trip.
Honestly. So wait, what do you do in Vegas? What do you guys?
Oh, we're seeing shows. So
The
the rest of my family is seeing Cirque du Soleil, which is a blast. I don't know if you've ever been. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Love the one with water. My dad will be like, getting a flare up in his sciatica at the blackjack table the entire time, like 100%.
Oh my God.
One time he came home with a limp and I was like, it's gone too far. Like, you've got to get up from the blackjack table. And he's like, but then the more I gamble, like the rooms are free. I'm like, they're not free. You're like throwing money at the blackjack table. It's not like, I understand that like in your brain, that's how it works. They're tricking you into this.
Don't ruin Vegas for people. Let them think that, don't ruin it.
Totally. And so that, he'll be doing that. Hopefully no injuries there. I know you're not a housewives person, but do you know who Countess Luann is?
No.
Luann de Lesseps. Oh.
Still no.
My gosh.
Her name is Luann de Lesseps.
It's unreal. Like, and she's a countess. She's a countess.
She is.
She's a countess. She's on Original New York, which is the best, like, of housewives lore. And she, during her journey on Housewives, discovered that she wanted to be a cabaret performer. This woman sounds like she's smoked 5 packs a day for the past 40 years. It's like Elaine Stritch on a bad day.
Oh my God, and de Lesseps.
He has an original song that goes, money can't buy you class. It's crazy. And then she also does like Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Yeah. So my brother, his partner, and I are going to see the Countess.
That is so great. The best part about Vegas shows, they're great for the elderly because they start on time and end within like an hour and a half. It's tight. It's a tight 90. It's not like, other concerts and where you're like waiting 6 hours for the opening act to take the stage. It's so civilized. I love seeing shows in Vegas.
I do too. I mean, and people that say that they don't like Vegas, I know I've had this conversation with you. My assessment of that is you haven't found your Vegas. Like,
I agree.
You haven't found your version of it. Like, we're going to fabulous restaurants. We're going to Spago. We're going to Carbone, seeing shows. I'm not gambling at all. I can't. My dad has put a lifetime ban on me from being next to him at the blackjack table because one time he lost his ass so bad in New Orleans. And he's like, get away from me. You are the biggest
Why were you
cooler.
distracting him? Or
bad energy. Like, I'm too anxious. I'm bad energy. Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
can't.
funny.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't watch you just throw away money. Like,
Right.
I'm having a heart attack. So I have a lifetime ban. But yeah, it'll be a very fun trip. What's going on with you?
That's great. Nothing. I did want to tell you this one thing though, because it was so funny. And I thought of you immediately. You know how we've talked about how people love to go out of their way to tell me, like to insult me?
Yes, love. Like when that woman at the med spa was like telling you all the things that you needed when you were just there for a Botox
Yeah, she's like, I
appointment.
saw your podcast. And I'm like, thank you so much. And I thought she was going to compliment us, but she was telling me all the things that maybe she could do to help my face now that I'm on, YouTube. But I had another one that I thought you'd appreciate. So
Can't
for
wait.
Halloween, which was a while ago, but I haven't told you this, we went to a party and Wyatt and I dressed up as mold because we've had a lot of mold issues. It's been very destructive. He's gotten very sick in the last year. It's been consuming, expensive, exhausting. It's been a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that we interact with knows that this has been happening. So I wanted to lean into our trauma and dress up as mold for Halloween. So we wore these green onesies, like head to toe green. And then I glue gunned cotton all over it with like black food dye to look like black mold and mold spores. And we
Genius.
roll into this party and people were very appreciative. I think it went off really well. Some girl comes up to me and goes, I just love how you don't have a problem with looking ugly. I was like, thank you so much.
I mean,
And
I think that in my head. I would never say it out loud. Like, I
Mhm.
really, because I'm too vain. I could never have done that. I would never go to a party doing what you did just for the sake of a bit. I'm far too vain. There's no way.
yeah, no, I have no vanity. I will take the laugh over the compliment any
I
day.
commend you. No, and I understand the sentiment of what that girl was saying. Like, she didn't have to say, like, you don't mind looking ugly. Choice of words is crucial here, but I understand the sentiment. Because I wish I could be a little more, I should be a little bit more free-spirited. One time on Halloween, I did show up to a Halloween party as a classic sheet ghost. Literally cut to
I
eyes
love
out.
that.
It was such a last-minute costume. I hadn't showered or, like, put makeup on or... Like, I didn't even have a bra on. I think I was in pajamas under the sheet. Like, it was so last minute that people were like, let me see you. Let me give you a hug. I'm like, no, I'm not lifting the sheet.
You're like,
Just
it's hideous. Look away.
stay away. The whole point is that you can't see what's going on underneath here.
So
Yeah.
it was really a vanity costume because you were covering up how you looked.
It's a classic. Yeah, it's
That's
a
a good
classic for a
idea.
reason. Classic never dies, you know? Like,
Ever.
lean in. Lean in. I love that. I love
Yeah,
that
it
you
was
don't mind
good.
looking ugly. You should put that in the book. You should have Massey say that to somebody.
I don't mind looking ugly when I'm trying to look ugly. What I hate is when I look ugly and I'm trying to look good, which happens a lot. I have this thing where like when I leave the house, I've given myself like the thumbs up if I'm going out and trying to look decent in the world.
Sure.
And then I can go into the world and feel pretty confident. And then I inevitably will have to pee and I'm washing my hands and I catch a glimpse in the mirror and I get so pissed off because I thought I looked better than I do. And it ruins everything. So I really think I'd be better in a world
That's
without
interesting.
mirrors.
I have the opposite experience actually because I look
You're like, I look so much better.
No, I'm telling you, I look disgusting. The only time I put makeup on is when we record this show or if I'm going out on a date, like for dinner or something. I do not wear makeup daily anymore. I used to do full glam 7 days a week. It's insane to think about. COVID completely changed that for me. Like, no. So I look like a disgusting wet rat, like 75% of the time, so that when I put makeup on and then I have a couple drinks and I go to the bathroom at a restaurant, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I remember her. Oh my God. I forgot about you. You actually wash your hair every once in a while? Crazy. And like put lipstick on? Wild. So that's
Well, yeah,
my
there-
experience. Yeah.
I
You
like
look
it.
cute all the time, though. That's the thing. Like, you
No,
never look ugly.
You and Isabella and Kristen, our wonderful producers, did make it clear that the day I came back from the salon and they gave me a blowout, that I looked so much better.
No, it just looked so, you looked so
Clean.
coiffed. Like, it looked so just like, you looked like you could be on, like,
CNN.
I don't even know. No, I would say like Real Housewives in a glamorous way, like in a fabulous way. Like
Thanks.
Beverly
I'm-
Hills, where they have their shit together, you know? It was fabulous. I was like, you
Thanks.
look like you have Chardonnay for breakfast. Like, I love that.
No, I actually think now I look like I'm Chardonnay.
God. Do you drink Chardonnay?
No.
I subscribe to the ABC rule. Do you know ABC?
Always be chewing, chatting.
Anything but Chardonnay.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Anything.
Chardonnay is an instant headache or a fight. It's
too
a cat
oaky
fight.
and like buttery. I don't like it.
It's thick. It's thick. Speaking of cat fight, I've been really good at transitions lately.
Oh, you're slang.
Because I'm writing more and more consistently, so my brain's firing.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of cat fight, today's topic. Let's go.
The rules of female friendship.
The new rules of female friendship, because I do believe, as you believe, they have to be redefined. Every generation, I think we need to take a hard look at how we've been friending and possibly revisit. I mean, how are women redefining support and sisterhood today versus how they did back in my day? Different.
Yeah. Go ahead. What do you think?
Well, I do think that, when I started thinking about this, I had to look to what was modeled for me, in the 80s when I was a teen and very influenced, and what was sort of going on in pop culture at the time and what reflected friendship for us. And, when I was really young, it was Grease and like whatever. That was just so heightened and fabulous. Favorite, know every line, know every song.
My favorite movie. Like, yeah.
Totally. And it was sort of like this in crowd. And then Sandy was this innocent girl, kind of cliquish in a way now that I think about it.
Sure.
And she was trying to get in, but she had to become a bad girl at the end to sort of fit in. And Rizzo, who was like nasty, but once we got to know her better, we understood why. That girl was tortured. She was tough.
There are worse things I could do.
Then go with a boy or two. But were there, Rizzo? I don't think there was at that time. That might have been the worst thing she could have done. The best. But then the real movie that truly, truly, truly like imprinted on my DNA was the 1988 movie Heathers. Do you know Heathers?
I know of it. I've shockingly never seen it.
It's the best.
It's just before my time. Like I just missed it. I was born in 94. So it's just like Clueless came out in the 90s. And I think Clueless is a little bit more mainstream than Heathers. Like Heathers is kind of a cult classic.
Heathers changed my life because, first of all, I think it really did influence the Click series the more I think about it, because it was my first introduction to cliques that had this sort of all the rules, and they had to wear the red scrunchie and they had to use their croquet mallets, and they had such a tight insular society that I became fascinated with cliques, I think, from Heathers on. And it was so satirical and it was so dark, and I just had never seen anything like that. And I think after that, a lot of movies were made that tried to depict mean girls. And they were either super nasty or friends were like, we're ride or die. Like it went from Heathers and all the nasty girls to we're besties, Thelma and Louise, which were typically like ride or die. They literally died at the end.
Yes.
Spoiler
alert.
They would ride and die. They died by riding, actually.
They literally. Yeah, I was about to say that's literally how they died. Yeah,
I just gave the whole plot of Thelma and Louise, ride and
I love
die.
That movie.
And then there was Beaches, which was like I bawled my eyes out 9,000 times.
I've never seen that. My mom loves that movie.
Died, but it was best friends, and one of them is dying of cancer. So it was either this like, I am 100% so here for you, I'm going to die for you or with you, or I will kill you. Like there was not a lot of in between. And so that's sort of how it was modeled. It was very binary. Either you're a good girl to the point where you die for the person, or you're a bad girl where you might kill your friends. And then Clueless, to your point, came along.
Oh,
and
God, it's so good.
That to me was the first example of what real friendship sort of was. Like Cher and Dion would bicker, but they really loved each other. Like it was the most healthy, normal, nuance. Like we love each other, but it's not always perfect.
Well, and they're so different. They're such well-defined characters. They have such unique, even though they're the same, and even though they're two rich girls, Beverly Hills High, and whatever. Like Dion's very wrapped up in the boyfriend, and Cher like isn't a boyfriend girl, really. Like that's not her focus. She'd rather give Brittany Murphy a makeover than focus on boys,
Right.
Like, so they are extremely, in anything that's well written, like the characters are just so extremely uniquely defined. And that's what I love about Sharon Dion and Ty. And then Ty comes in, and that relationship with Brittany Murphy and Alicia Silverstone is so layered and interesting. And then she weirdly becomes jealous of her once she gets popular and all of that. Clueless is a masterpiece.
I loved it. It was game changing.
Yeah.
What were the friendship pop culture influences for you when you were growing up?
Okay, huge one for my brother and I. Could quote the entire thing front to back. Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. Love. I have said to my friend Crystal a million times, I'm like, we need to write. Maybe we do this, honestly, at some point, just for fun.
Sorry, Crystal, you're out.
You're out. But she could act in it with me. That's the thing. That's how we get around.
I love that.
So my dream is to write like a female buddy comedy, because at its core, that's what Romeo and Michelle is. I said the same thing about Barb and Star, which I loved. Barb and Star was hysterical to me.
I never saw that.
It's so stupid and so funny. Like, I love a female buddy comedy. And so Romeo and Michelle, they are very ride or die, but they kind of fall apart and then come back together. And they're unique in their differences as well, and that's what makes the relationship so balanced. And oh my god, and those actresses, like, I just love
the best. That
movie is hilarious.
So did that represent good female friendship to you? I mean, they had a fight that was because, pent up from years of resentments, and as we do.
Yes.
Did that make female friendship look appealing to you?
Yes, it felt relatable to me. Their relationship reminded me of I think my relationship with my brother, honestly. I felt like the Michelle to my brother's Romy, like our entire childhood. And we were inseparable. I don't know if I've really talked about this on this show, but my brother and I are only 15 months apart in age. And so we were in school together from pretty much, we were together all day, every day. We ate lunch together every single day in high school. Inseparable, always, have basically twins. It's insane. Most people like to compare us to Ryan and Sharpay from the High School Musical franchise, which I'm also down with, like totally down.
That's so good.
But very much like that, like join at the hip. So Romeo and Michelle resonated for us because it was like, okay, people can be mean to us and people can make fun of us for being choir nerds, but like we have each other. And so I loved that element of Romeo and Michelle because in high school, they're kind of losers. I mean, they are. They're totally losers. And then they design like their dream life together and move out to LA together, them against the world. Like that was very appealing to me always. The other one, which is obviously so cliche, but for a reason, is Mean Girls. Mean Girls was huge for girls of my generation. Huge. To the point where like it might be the most quoted movie for millennials, honestly, ever. It is so quotable. It is so iconic and so classic. But I was thinking about this before we started recording and thinking about the first time that I saw Mean Girls. And I remember, like, that's how impactful it was. I remember going to the theater and seeing it in theaters. And I was too young to be seeing it, but we were all obsessed with Lindsay Lohan from Parent Trap and Freaky Friday. So we wanted to see, me and all my friends wanted to see the next Lindsay Lohan movie. And I was 10.
Oh my God.
Too young to watch that movie.
I was more caught up with the fact that you were 10 when I was like at MTV seeing that movie as a screener. And I was like fully working in the world. And you were 10.
Yeah. So this is what's
crazy.
Wild, and slight digression. And I kind of wanted to just ask you about this because one wild fact that I found on the internet today, The Clique and Mean Girls released within 1 week of each other. How is that true? Like how? Because it's like because in my mind it was always like, okay, which one came first? It was like fully coincidental happenstance that these two projects that are like the middle school version and the high school version came out at the same time. Wild. Like, I can't believe that. I can't believe the first book came out in 2004. First of all, that's insane.
No, wait. You know what? That's not true. I think that's wrong. I think
is the internet lying today?
I think your ChatGPT must have hallucinated. Because as
Wikipedia.
you were saying that, I'm like, no. Yeah, fuck Wikipedia thinks I'm like 40. And it's funny, as you were saying that, I'm like, that's not true because The Clique was out before. The Clique,
That's
first
what I thought.
Clique came out in 2003, I want to say.
Okay, so it came out a year before.
I wrote it
Mean
in
Girls.
2002.
Oh my God.
Yes. So that I'm so glad. Yes.
No, I'm glad
they did
you
not
clarified.
come out. And so for me, I was like, God damn it, I was here first.
Totally. And so that was my next question. Did the comparison ever irritate you because they came out so close together and people were like, oh, it's like Mean Girls, but for middle school? People said that. I heard it all the time, like when we were making the movie. Did that ever annoy the shit out of you? Because like you came up with it first.
Well, actually, it's funny. I read, and I believe Tina Fey read Queen Bees and Wannabes, which was a book about, like, it was very much like factual about female pecking orders and social hierarchies, and it was very clinical. And I was fascinated by that book and used it to inform some stuff. And there was a book called, oh God, I forget what it's called. Something, it might have been called Mean Girls or something very similar to that. And it was so hardcore that I remember reading that and thinking, if I was a girl that got picked on in middle school, high school, the last thing I'd want to do is come home and read a book that was this painful.
Yeah.
I would want to read a book where I could see myself in the character and connect with the character and feel like I wasn't alone in my experience. But I'd want some levity. I want to be entertained by it or see it through a different lens, because when you're going through hell, you don't want to be entertained by hell. You know?
For sure. Yeah,
So,
you want the escapism.
Yes. So I remember being very intentional about, when writing The Click, always saying, I'm going to have a lot of sugar on this medicine, but there's going to be medicine. There's going to be real intention and point and lessons. And it is a satire, but it's going to be fun.
There's such an element of escapism in the Click series due to like the mansions and the designer clothes and the private school and all. It's fabulous. Like that.
Exactly.
The aspirational element of it is huge. And
yeah,
like,
and that was very intentional because, again, if you're getting bullied, you don't want to come home and read about the girl that's alone in her room, like
totally
darkness. So when Mean Girls came out, I was already used to being known as sort of the younger sister to Gossip Girl, which also kind of annoyed me. I mean, Gossip Girl came out first, but Click was sort of like the younger sister to Gossip Girl for younger readers.
Right.
And then Mean Girls came out, and it was so much bigger, so much faster, because obviously it's Tina Fey and Amy Poehler and all these.
Lorne Michaels, like, yeah, of
all
course.
of them. Lindsay Lohan. And I'm Lisi Harrison from Toronto. Although Lorne Michaels is also from Toronto, went to my high school.
Really?
Fun fact. However, it did feel a little like, well, I kind of went there and I kind of did that. But there's room for all of us, really.
It's surprising that I've never asked you that, because I've always wondered if that comparison irritated you, because it kind of annoyed me at the time when people would say that.
Well, it was never really a comparison, or maybe you heard it. I never heard that I was being compared to Mean Girls. I just felt overshadowed. But not, you know what? I'm taking that back. It's not true. It didn't have a negative effect on me. I had a great.
Interesting.
It was great, but I did always feel like, same territory.
Right. Well, I think I was just so protective of the Click series as a fan that, like, when people be like, oh, it's like Mean Girls, but for middle school.
Right.
Like, felt so dismissive. And I'm like, fuck you. It's actually a masterpiece of a franchise. Like,
yeah. And like, Click was here first.
Yeah. And also, they're not totally the same. Like, they're not the same. No. I mean, of course, there's parallels and whatever. But The Click obviously was huge. Mean Girls was huge. Romeo and Michelle was huge. I've said this to you many times, like with the Click series. I think a lot of girls who were bullied, and like Jessie Lynn just said this on our episode recently, she found solace in Claire. Like, the way that the girl being bullied read the books and related to Claire, like I definitely did too, because there is that element of you don't know if you're in or out of the group on any given day. And so even though you're reading about this fantasy and all of that, like they really were such a comfort during a very confusing time when you felt like you could be on the outs at any given moment and you didn't really know why.
Yeah. So the rules of friendship when I were growing up, sort of the rules that you abide by, or the code, the silent code, was, your friends come first, no matter what. You never hook up with someone else's guy, which I think is still a rule. But like,
it's like, let's just say girl code, like the rules of girl code.
So that was there. Okay. But you stay close to the core group. You don't stray with different friends. If you stray, you're betraying. A big one was putting yourself first is selfish. Like, there was none of that annoying oxygen mask metaphor thing running through our veins. You don't put yourself first. You put your friends first. Like, you would never dare. There was no such thing as healthy competition. Confidence meant you were sort of like full of yourself.
Yeah, cocky.
We were sort of like having to stay small and be in deference to our friends. Healthy communication meant talking behind someone's back.
Yeah.
That was healthy. The idea of confronting someone, you would never do it alone, maybe with a group, using intimidation, but you would never have a real one-on-one, this is how I feel.
Oh my God.
For the greater good. There's a good one, though. We did not have to include everyone the way I think a lot of kids do now because, A, how are they going to find out? And B, that just wasn't a thing. There wasn't this big network broadcasting everybody's social plans and choices. And I would say, too, like boundaries, like things that are keeping everybody healthy today, boundaries, like we talk about boundaries in regards to sports, not mental health.
Yeah, right.
And it was just more like if you fuck up, you're out. And if you don't fuck up, you still might be out. It was just tough. That's sort of like the code that we grew up with.
Right. And the pendulum has swung so far the other way. I mean, I don't have kids. I don't know what it's like for high school kids right now. You definitely know better than I. But like some of what you're saying, I'm like, bring it back. Like, bring it back. Because I feel like kids today have gotten so soft. We're living in this culture of everyone gets a trophy for everything. Everyone's included in everything. There is no competition hardly at all because God forbid anyone has their feelings hurt. And I feel like my generation was just on the cusp of that change. Like we still had everything that you're talking about when I was in middle school, high school, all of that. But interesting, when we were just talking about Mean Girls and I was thinking about seeing it for the first time, it really opened up my eyes to like, oh, you can talk about people behind their backs. So I think I was too porous as like a 10-year-old. And to be like, oh, friends talk about friends behind their backs and this is a thing that people do. It was hugely formative. Not to blame Mean Girls, but it's like, it definitely was influential, I think, on us. It was like, it made the behavior seem a little more acceptable. Yeah. Like to act that way. But a lot of the language used in that movie too, like I'd never heard the word slut before until I saw, I was 10. So I'm like, what's that mean? I had no idea what that even meant. So the whole talking behind people's backs thing was huge. And the thing that changed everything for my generation was obviously social media. Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember how you had a top 8?
Yes. Oh my God. I forgot until you reminded me, but yes.
Stressful times. Like to know, okay, you have to pick your top 8. You have to be on the other person's top 8. Like everyone has to be on each other's. Some people don't make it. You'd get in a fight with a girl. You're off of my top 8. Like, I actually think that's a line in the Click movie. She says she is so off my top 8 in the movie.
It was cruel a thing. Times.
It was really cruel. And then there was a meanness around that. And then once Facebook came in and other things, then it became a little more nuanced. And it's like you're posting photos with people and letting other people know that they were left out.
Do you remember Hot or Not?
I didn't partake in Hot or Not.
But do you remember that?
I don't know. I think that's before my time.
I don't know that. I mean, the cruelty. It's no wonder the pendulum swung so far the other way to correct itself. I mean, I do believe the next correction is to find balance somewhere in the middle. Totally. But Hot or Not was when like 2 pictures or a picture, I believe, of someone would be posted and then everyone would rate whether they're hot or not. That was a thing. Facebook might have even had a part in that. I don't remember.
It was very like sneaky, the things that we would do. Like the way that we would like leave people out and be malicious was very stealth. And like we got with the technology and with everything that we had, and we had phones. Like I had a BlackBerry. Can you imagine? I had a BlackBerry in high school. Like I'd be under the table BBMing someone under my desk. Like, yeah, that was the culture. And so because the technology was advancing and because we were just getting older, obviously, like we just got more savvy on how to be mean girls. It was more understated than it was when we were in middle school. Because that's what's crazy. Like the iPhone came out, I think, the same year that we did the Click. The very first iPhone came out when we had filmed the movie, I think. So like totally different time. As crazy as that sounds, like it was a very different time. It was a little more sloppy before we got smartphones.
Yeah. And it allowed people to just be meaner, but without facing anybody. Right. It was just like technology's version of talking behind someone's back, but it seemed crueler. I don't know. Like, did it redefine what friendship looked like? For example, if you're seeing all these images of like best friends and all these accounts of what best friends do and how they are, did
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you had to live up to those friendships? Did it change how you curated your friendships or the times that you spent together? Were you comparing yourself to other
Oh,
friends
completely.
and
Completely. We have to take pictures and prove to everyone on the internet how good of friends we are and how much fun we have all the time. I mean, I can think of several instances where I would go to a sleepover, or like we'd go to my friend Katie's like house in Carlsbad and have a beach weekend, and like all we would do is take pictures and post them on Facebook. And then, of course, I know there's some girl like out there that we were friends with, but she wasn't totally in the group that saw those pictures and probably wanted to die.
And what was the mentality behind posting it? Because I often wonder this. I would get obsessed when people start, even people my age, would start posting everything on Instagram. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I disowned these people. It was nauseating to me. And I was just like, is your intention to show everybody what a great time you're having?
Yes, yes. That was our intention. It wasn't like, I mean, for me at least, I remember posting photos like that and being like, we are the best group of friends. We're having so much fun. Look at our outfits. We're in this fabulous place being fabulous. So not fabulous. And it wasn't about like, I want to intentionally make other people feel left out. I wanted to let everyone else know that I was in.
Right. That's
Like,
such a great way of
what
putting it. Yeah.
that's what it was. It was like proving that I was in. And I think that carries over into social media now. Like in my 30s, I still see people doing shit like this. And I'm like, okay, you just have to let everyone know. You just
Yeah.
have to let everyone know what you're doing. But we didn't communicate because we had this technology. And so it was, like I said, it was very stealth and very sly. We didn't communicate super well. And now that I'm an adult and like we're so sensitive and the times have changed, I feel like everyone over communicates. I'm like, you can just let some things go and like let them lie. Like everything does not have to be a sit down conversation of like, well, I'm feeling this way about like, again, I'm like, call your mom. Like if it's not going to matter in 2 months, is it really worth sitting down and having a whole conversation? Like,
Well, I think so much of it is like people have to develop the skill to figure out how much of their misery is someone else's fault versus their own fault. Like, I think there's a big problem with accountability where everybody is now sort of blaming everybody else for their unhappiness. And that's why all these conversations and sensitivities and extra awards and extra everything is happening when it's not an outside in job. It's an inside out job. Like if I'm feeling shitty around you, unless you are an overt monster, it's probably my own issue. Am I expecting you to change so that I feel better in the world? Kind of. By having that conversation, I'm hoping that you change your behavior so I can feel better about myself.
Totally. Okay, so what is your girl code? Lisi Harrison 2025. What are your 10 commandments of girl code, I guess? Like, what do you abide by in life? I feel like we're going to say similar things.
Yeah, I truly abide by no gossip. I really do. I feel so physically ill when I'm around it. It feels like cheap conversation. If we can't talk about anything else, we don't have a connection.
I agree.
We're not compatible.
And when you feel like you have tea to spill, like, don't you just like call your mom or call Wyatt? Like, that's how I feel. Like, it's like, I don't like the inner circle gossip with the other women. Like, I'd rather just kiki with Clive and tell him what's going on rather than talk to somebody else in the friend group. Like, I do not talk about my friends behind their backs. Like,
yeah. I don't get off on sharing people's private information. I do know a lot of people that see that as a form of social currency. So the more I know about everyone else and the more I tell you, the more in I am and the more in I seem to be. I don't enjoy that. Also, I don't have a lot of tea. Like, I don't know if maybe I don't invite that kind of information. And when someone's confiding in me, I don't get off on their misery. I really don't. So I don't want to share it. So I really think for me, no gossip is a huge one. I think now your own mental health comes first, which is a huge swing from how I grew up. The rules of, what I was saying before, everyone, my friends first. Like I not dare put myself first and I'm selfish. Now I'm like, no. If I need to cancel a plan because it's just not a good night for me anymore, I will literally say I can't do it tonight. I'm so sorry. And I don't think for 1 second about whether that person's mad at me or not. I mean, you would sooner die before canceling a plan. And if you had to, you would spend the next 72 hours stressing about what everyone was saying about you. And I don't play that game anymore. It's just very
Same.
genuine. You know, I think
Right.
I try to have my actions align with my thoughts.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because, like, I'm thinking about my rules, and I guess we'll just bounce back and forth because all of my rules are counters to yours. Like, my biggest rule that I've learned in my adult life is honestly giving grace to people exactly as a response to what you're just saying. Like, if one of my best friends cancels plans, I'm like, okay, I am not getting my panties in a twist over that, like, at
Mhm.
all. Cancel the plans. Take care of yourself. Like, I really, giving grace and letting people take care of themselves is huge for me in my friendships. And I expect them to do the same for me. If I cancel plans, you better give me some grace because, like, I don't
Totally.
cancel plans nilly-willy, like, at all. You know that's not my character. So
No.
it means something's going on
Yeah.
if that happens. So
Yeah. I think boundaries are so, I mean, so sick of that word, so
I
sick of
know.
the oxygen mask thing, like vomit,
Yeah.
vomit. May it not make it there. However, the fact that those are in place now shows
Mm-hmm.
tremendous progress, social
Yeah.
progress for all of us. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
kids growing up even know what that means and will go through life with boundaries, with self care, with putting themselves first before pleasing everybody else. That's a
Mm-hmm.
huge shift, but
Yeah.
so crucial and great.
Yeah.
It's great. I applaud
It
it.
is great. My number one thing is loyalty. I'm loyal to what some might
Mm-hmm.
consider a fault. And it's one of those things, like, you know how, I mean, I'm sure you have kids. When you're married, you don't want to fight in front of your kids. Like, you're a united
Yeah.
front. When
Yeah.
you're like with your partner, with your spouse, whatever, like, you want to be a united front. You can have your issues behind closed doors. But once you're out in the wild, like, you're united. I mean, that's how I was raised. We never knew
Mm-hmm.
anything was ever going on with my parents. Even to this day, they're
Mm-hmm.
still united, which is great. And that's how I feel about my friendships. Like, even if I'm having an issue with a friend, I will never let that be known publicly. That's something I have to figure out by myself or with them, or call my mom or call my therapist or call Clive. That's nobody else's business. And I'm never going to put a close friend of mine in a position to not look bad. I would never want to shine an ugly light on any of
No.
my friends. And so loyalty is huge. And again, I expect that from my friends, and I know that I do have that, which is, like, such a blessing. But that's
Yeah.
hands down my biggest thing.
I think you have that because you are confident. And we've talked about this before. I think because you know who you are, you don't need to compete with your friends. You are
Mhm.
comfortable in your skin on all fronts. You are able to be supportive. I know that people that are gossipy, chattery, picky, judgy, they are miserable in their skin and need to do some real work for real.
Right.
And that's not a judgment. We've all been that at some point in our lives, and we've all got to the point where we want to do better. And I
Right.
hope that if you are the type of person who is judgy, picky, sees fault in everybody else, it's not
Mhm.
everybody else. You are the common denominator in that
Right.
equation.
Look in the mirror,
And
girlfriend.
look in
Yeah.
the mirror. And, you know, accountability and self awareness is so important to just
Mhm.
becoming a better friend and a better human. It's
Yeah.
everything. And you know what? I want to get rid of like the whole, well, I was just being honest
I
as a
know you hate
veil. I
that.
hate it. Like that's some sort of, you know, get out of jail free card for being an asshole.
It's
Like
gaslighty. Yeah.
it's just, but it's like
Yeah.
you are somehow noble and self righteous over
Mhm.
just being a bitch. That's like saying, like, well, you know, we're just really concerned about your weight. Like it's because of your
I
health.
Yeah.
When like your friends gain 10 pounds, and it's like, but we're worried about your health. No, we're not. We're embarrassed that you've gained 10 pounds. Lose it. Like
Totally.
bullshit. I'm calling
Yeah.
bullshit on that.
That's on the out list for you these days.
It
No,
is
not
like
yeah.
saying I was just being honest. Like, first of
Yeah.
all, if nobody asked, nobody needs you to be honest. Nobody's asking for your opinion. Answer if you are being asked. If not, keep your honesty to yourself.
Absolutely. My last rule for girl code at this stage of life, honestly, this is the key to being a good friend. I've found, and I've learned this from my friend Crystal, is the best example of this. Show up. Show
Mm-hmm.
up when it matters, and, like, really show up. When I tell you my friend Crystal, and I admire her. I'm like singing her praises. She has not missed an opening night or a birthday or a concert or any sort of celebration for anyone in her friend circle. Like, if a friend is making their Broadway debut and they get thrown on at the last minute, she is dropping everything. She is calling in sick to work and she's running to the show.
Oh.
Like, shows up. And she's such an example. Like, I've really been inspired over the years. I'm like, you really like prioritize coming through for people in these huge moments in their lives when it matters. And when, you know, I was on Broadway and she came and sat in house seats and I looked out and I saw her and I'm like, oh my God, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know what's so cool about that is, you know, we're also used to showing up when someone's down in the dumps, like for whatever reason, and we all rally around and show up. And it's actually harder for people to show up in the good times because that's when your insecurities come out or you're comparing yourself or they have it all and I'm still struggling.
Misery loves company.
When someone else is doing better than I am, it's hard to show up because there's a light in my face of how I'm not where they are and it hurts. And I think to show up when someone is having a successful moment, a happy moment,
It's huge.
is true friendship.
It is. It
'Cause
really,
it's-
really is.
Yeah, it's easy to show up when they're down in the dumps and you're the hero and you're saving the day and they're miserable and you get to be the healthy, sane one. It's harder to show up when someone's succeeding. And I think that's a really cool thing.
Showing up is huge for me. And I think we should get into our Ask a GLU.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this is our weekly advice segment called Ask a GLU. GLU stands for Girls Like Us from the Click series, obviously. And we take submissions from our listeners, the girls like us. So this is this week's submission. Okay, my best friend got engaged before me. Yes, I'm still waiting. I hear you, girl. She bought the dress. She bought the dress I have been dreaming about my whole life and is wearing it for her welcome party, not even the ceremony. To her credit, she doesn't know I've been obsessing over it, but still, how can I not be psycho about this? Is it, okay, I have so many questions. Is it the exact dress?
Right.
She didn't know that you liked it. Okay, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I think this has less to do with the dress because there are a million gorgeous dresses out there and styles change. And if this person is not even engaged yet, who knows what's going to be out and fabulous when it's her turn. I think this is not at all about the dress and more about my friend is where I want to be and it hurts. And it's about,
I think it's so layered.
Yeah, it's about her being frustrated with her own timeline, her lack of control. And I think it's cool that this person was able to sort of admit that, you know? Or it seems like she sort of knows that. And
well, yeah, saying, how can I not be psycho about this? Like, you know, it's a ridiculous thing to be upset over. But at the same time, like, I understand. I can empathize. It kind of feels like if someone like stole your baby name, even though you've never said your baby name out loud, and then one of your friends like uses your baby name. It's like, damn it, I wanted to use that.
That always happens. Same thing. That always happens when someone else is having the baby before you and got to the name first, and you're bummed that you're not having the baby. It's less about the name and more about the timing. You're where I want to be, and I'm kind of envious because you're getting to all the things before I am.
Yeah.
And not in a competition way, but in a my timeline is not the way I want it to be. And again, awareness. I think it's so important to just know that that's what you're going through and maybe make this less about the dress and more about the timeline and how long you're going to wait, how long you're comfortable waiting, when you're going to decide that you've waited too long or you want to put any sort of ultimatums in place or take control in a different way. But
yeah. And at the end of the day, if it really is about the dress, it's just a dress. What if you tried it on and hated it? Like, you don't even know if it would look good on you. Like, it's just a dress. I know you had this idea in your head. I completely understand. But I would take this as a sign that this just isn't the right dress for you. It's not the right dress. For whatever reason, wrong time, wrong dress. So let her have it. Celebrate her.
Show up for her in her moment, even though it's hard for you. This is a perfect example of what we were talking about before, is how hard it's going to be for this person to show up for her friend who's doing all the things that she wants to be doing. So that's the true test of true friendship. Can you put your own envy aside
Right.
Not your own mental health. That's not like, it's not the 80s anymore. It's not what I'm talking about. But your own envious side in order to show up and celebrate someone else.
Take a breath. Wrong time, wrong dress. I'm a firm believer. Everything really does happen for a reason. Let's do our current State of the Union.
Let's.
This is our current State of the Union. Every week we do our in and out list. Lisi gives her in and out. I give my in and out. And then we do a collective in and out based off of the episode. So I'm going to start with my in and out for the week. In, for me, currently, comfort. Out, new discoveries. I'm tired. I don't want to be challenged. I'm cold. I'm hunkering down. Comfort came to mind because I'm on a journey right now that I'm loving of rewatching one of maybe my favorite show of all time, one of my favorite shows of all time, doing a full rewatch with Clive, who's never seen it. The masterpiece known as The Crown on Netflix. Love.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Oh my God. It is so gorgeous and so good. I'm obsessed with the royal family. I don't know if you know.
Okay. No, this is good to know.
I have a Queen Elizabeth II Christmas ornament. I have a coffee mug. I cried when she died. I was like literally hysterically crying. I'm obsessed with Queenie. I love The Crown. Like love, love, love. It is peak comfort season. Clive and I were under our Barefoot Dreams blankets and watched The Crown for like 7 hours straight. I don't want to watch a new show. I don't want to try new restaurants. I don't want to put on new outfits. I want to be in my comfies under my Barefoot Dreams blanket, watching The Crown and eating pasta.
Great.
Comfort is in at this time of year for me.
Old ways, new discoveries.
In, old ways, out, new discoveries. Love it.
Got that.
Leaning into the comfort. What's your in and out for the week, Lisi?
What's in for me is intermittent fasting.
Oh.
I know. I'm trying to be good at it.
You're waking up at crack ass, so it's kind of easier.
Well, no, because I'd want to eat sooner. So
Really?
So I'm trying to get better at this. So I'm trying to lose like the part of my gut that just presses against my jeans. Like, ew. And Courtney, our podcast wellness consultant,
our wellness guru,
we have her on retainer, is trying to introduce intermittent fasting to me. And it's kind of work. It's kind of good. I'm currently at 16 hours. She wants to push me to 18, which I haven't done yet. But I eat late, so it's kind of, if I do 18 hours, I'm kind of not eating till 2 p.m.
Are you irate?
No, it's actually not that hard.
Wait,
I think I'll get to 18 once. Like, I don't want to do this, like, record and I'm starving. So I tend to, whatever. Like, if I have to do something where I need my brain, I'll break it. So the goal is 18, but I'm at 16 right now. So intermittent fasting is in. Intermittent feasting is out. So my constant Miss Pac-Man eating everything and emotional eating, standing up, eating at the counter, all of that. Intermittent feasting out, intermittent fasting in.
And our collective State of the Union for this week is in, showing up, out,
punching down.
Punching down. No punching down. Really, we're better than this now.
Grow
we don't
up.
need to do this. Grow up
and show up.
Grow up and show up and be kind to your friends. Don't talk about people behind their backs and just like honor the girl code.
It starts with you.
It ends with us.
It ends with them and it starts with us. I don't even know what we're saying anymore.
Just a word salad.
If you have any more questions or curiosities that Ellen and I can help, including what is wrong with my hair today, send your questions, comments, and concerns to thestateofthereunion@gmail.com.
And we love you guys. I love you. It was so fun to talk to you today. Like, it's always a joy, always a pleasure. It doesn't even feel like work. It's just such a delight. And we're thankful to you, the GLUs. Thank you so much for listening to our show, EhMaGawd Podcast. Thank you to our producers, Isabella Betcher, Krista McLaughlin, and our graphics goddess, Bella Tamayo. We could not do this show without you. We love you so much. We love you, the GLUs. You can listen to EhMaGawd Podcast anywhere that you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, but we're also on YouTube and Substack in video format. So please go check that out. Subscribe, give a like, give a comment, engage with us. We want to hear from you. And we love you so much.
Wait, I just thought of something that we can say at the end.
What?
See you next Tuesday.
All right.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.